Hello LEGO fans, Bricks Unbound here with a LEGO City update. This is for August of 2017, and there are huge changes since the last update, which I believe was all the way back in May. I have completely switched rooms, which you've probably seen from some of my previous videos showing my new layout. But now the city is actually in place down here, more or less, and here's what the new layout looks like. I'm very happy with it. I really like the different heights. I did cover in my new room video what tabletops and legs I used to get the varying heights, so check that out if you have any questions about that. And the overall idea here is that this section of the city has kind of the older style buildings, so it has the modulars and it has most of my mocks as well. And then you get to the river as you go across the river on a bridge, which I'll probably be getting a second one of this Spider-Man bridge battle, expanding them and making them fit in between these roads here. Is the plan. At least it'll have to get a little bit taller as well. Anyway, you get across the bridge and then you're more into the modern day city. The current style of skyscrapers and everything is the general idea. So we've got the three main skyscrapers over here. We have Chancellor's Tower, the Octane Tower, with Batman still hanging out up there on the roof. And then we have the Avengers Tower. A lot of characters, if they were stuck to a building before, you'll probably see them in pretty similar places. I mainly just wanted to get everything laid out here and didn't spend a ton of time setting up characters. I do still have a little park in my city, which is right here, so it has the little coffee stand as well as the bus stop and a train stop there, and the statue. I like the little fence that's going around the back, keeping people from wandering out onto the train tracks. Unfortunately, that is all that is left of the park. So if you remember from my previous update in May, the park was considerably bigger. I believe it was about 4 32 by 32 base plates plus another 16 by 16 or 16 by 32, something like that, area behind it. Had a soccer field, had a bunch of other stuff. Unfortunately, with this new design for my city, I was not able to keep the soccer field. It's just sitting over here on the table getting ready to be taken apart, which is a little sad because I really did like that feature in my last city, but I do still have parts of that park area. And then the river section. So at the end of the video I'll go over kind of what my big plans are for everything, but there's a few stand-ins. Oops, just knocked a bunch of stuff over. So I'm planning on having a beach here. Here's the little I guess kind of pier, little walkway around the river. It's kind of inspired by something I saw when I was in Tokyo. They have a nice little walkway going along the main river through the city, with little benches in it. So that's what these are. There's little alcoves here where people can sit down and watch the river and watch the world go by. Put some greenery up on top. I'm liking the look of this. I think it's looking pretty good so far. I will be extending it down. And again, nothing is complete back here, but it's going to be a lot of pretty cool stuff going on is the plan. As we get over here are the modular buildings. We have the pet shop with its townhouse, palace cinema. Across the road is the Parisian restaurant, and then one of my mocks called the Ville Inn. Still haven't done a video on that yet, but it is pretty much done, so I need to get on top of that. Then we have the detective's office, followed by my little Minecraft shop and the Lego store. Just barely was able to squeeze that in there. If you see that train, oh man, it doesn't hit it, but it gets awfully close. That's going to be pretty tight all around my city like that on any of the turns. And since the train is here, I of course had to put my train station back in. I did modify it a little bit. You can see some wonky colors going on because again the train couldn't make this turn. So I shortened it by I believe 4 studs for that train station. And then behind it is just a little way for cars to drive down, pick people up, drop them off. They'll turn around down here and head back out to the road. Unfortunately, that back is very open and I really want to do something to change that up so you're not just open to the Lego store from the outside. Additionally, that Lego store is directly across the street from the other one, which might be a little bit of overkill, but so maybe I'll think of something else to stick in the train station. Then down here we've got the brick bank. Not a whole lot going on in front there. Then the forge, which is the medieval weapon shop of my town. And the modified and kind of mocked cafe and bike shop. Turn that into a corner building. Pretty happy with that. Again, the people on the roof are probably exactly as they were before, the two animal lovers up there. Got a guy getting his bike fixed at the bike shop. And there's even still enough of an alley back here that minifigs can walk along the front here and go on back. Alright, so now let's go ahead and cover future plans. So, a lot of the work is going to center around the river, obviously, because back here it's all pretty barren right now. So what I'm picturing at the moment in my head, again, all of this is subject to change on a whim, but I think what I'm going to do, I had considered just doing like a train bridge through here, but I would rather do a cave for the train to drive through. So I think it'll probably come all the way out to in front of this track, and there'll be a waterfall that comes down the front of it, and then just tunnels exiting for where those tracks are going out. I have to figure out exactly how I want to do that though, because if a train derails back there, it's really hard to get to at the moment, and if it's inside a cave and it derails, it's going to be even more difficult. But I'm thinking that's going to be pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to building a big old waterfall coming down, and that'll flow out under the bridge. The Batman vehicles don't necessarily mean anything sitting back there, but I might have a little bit of a cave entrance there, so perhaps there will be a little bat cave. And then this Pier Walkway area is going to be extended down another plate. I think I have the pieces at least to do the bottom half of it going down, so the idea being that there'll be a little sidewalk that goes along the bridge, but then you can also split off, come down some stairs, and then walk along the river. As you continue down that walkway, right now there's just a ladder here. I'm planning on doing some stairs going down to the beach area, and probably even another set that comes up to this section of the city, so people can get down to the beach. And the beach is just represented by some plates right now, and it's not done at all, obviously. Maybe I'll get that Fun at the Beach set and stick its characters around there, as well as make it a little bit less square. I have plans to put like a little island here in the middle. I know what I want to put on it. I just need to decide if it's going to end up taking up way too much space for boats to get through, but we'll try that perhaps in the next update. Got the lady fish in there just hanging out. I really like that set, and it's super cheap now if you want to get this fishing boat set, but I was really starting to pile up on some boats, and I was like, you know what, I need a river, and moving the city seemed like a great opportunity to do that. Other plans, I talked about filling in the back of the train station. Also, as we've been going around, you probably noticed there's a building that is missing. And it's sitting down here. So the Ultra Agents Tower is on a 48 by 48 base plate right now, which makes it super difficult to fit into a city where everything else is on 32 by 32 base plates. So I think I'm going to have to downsize that a little bit so then it will fit onto a 32 by 32. The advantage there is I'll probably be able to make it taller because it's not going to be nearly as wide of a building. But again, finding where I'm going to stick it's going to be the trick there. I could put it where the park is probably, but the track does overlap that base plate a little bit. So still trying to figure out where I'm going to put that and how I'm going to redo it. But looking forward to getting that back in the city because that was definitely one of my favorite mocks that I've done. And I really want it back in here. Alright, I'm not accomplishing much anymore with this update. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you have any suggestions for what I should do over here to support the tracks, if it should be the rock work or just those pillars with some rocks back behind it. And then just any other ideas you've got for me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you come back for more. Oh wait, I was gonna run the train. Don't leave yet. I'm gonna run the train. Power on. So I've ran it with just the powered part. So just the part that has the battery box and everything in it. I've run that around and it didn't collapse these supports. But I haven't ever done it with the full train. So let's try this and see what happens. Should I go faster, you think, or slower? Well, shoot. Super Secret Police pulled out onto the tracks. That's not a good plan. Not a good plan. Okay, let me pause this and then we'll try. Alright, got it back on the tracks. There we go. So they did hold up the weight even with the crash. Now these back ones are extra flimsy. But there we go, it made the loop. And I really like how far that train gets to go in the city now. Oh, it just looks great. So happy to get that back in. Alright, now it's actually the end of the video. Hope you have enjoyed this, and we'll come back for more. Thanks for watching.